Hey guys, TheInevitableSaiyan here, and I know this is a scammer alert, and a lot of people usually watch these things, but I do want to stress before you continue on in this video, this is a pretty important scammer video. As you can see by the title, a lot of people are going to be like, "Whoa, what? TopDeckingPro?" But I want to stress that this video is going to be probably pretty long, and if you want to honestly hear the full story, you need to watch the full video no matter how long it is, because I am going to delve into a lot of different things about TopDeckingPro being a scammer. So, I just want to get that out of the way. A lot of people are thinking, like, one of the things is, I know he's a lot bigger on YouTube in his status regarding his subscribers and his views. I think he gets like a consistent 200 to 600 views, and he's got almost 1,500 subscribers. And that's a lot different than a lot of the scammers I make videos about, But the way I think is that it doesn't matter if you have 5 subscribers or if you have, 1,500 subscribers or 3,000 subscribers. You need to, if someone's a scammer, people need to be made aware of that they are scamming people. So, I've known about this guy for a while, TopDeckingPro, and I kind of talked to one of his friends a little bit, not so much anymore though. But, I've heard a lot of rumors that he was a scammer, but I've never had I've never had consistent people tell me all these things like I have recently. So I'm basically just gonna tell you guys what I've found out, and I want you guys to leave comments on your opinion on this whole thing, because this is, like I said, this is a big guy, in terms of the other people. In comparison to the other people I've made scammer videos about, this is a bigger guy. So this is his channel. As you can see, it's a very average, YouTube channel, pretty I would say, I guess, like above average, you could say, because he gets 200 to 600 subscribers. That's pretty good. I don't think I get that many. 1,500 subscribers, so not that bad. Now I go to his Facebook, and this is Facebook TopDeckingPro. I'll give you all the links in the description if you want. He'd never accepted me as a friend request because personally I don't think he likes me, but I don't like him if he's a scammer either, so that's fine. But I go on here and it says March 20th. This guy Anthony Mosco says scammer. And at first I'm just like, okay, that's not really that big of an indicator. A lot of people say those things just to troll. But then I go to this other guy, not even much afterwards, and it says it's Jared Zimmerman, and he's like, why are you scamming? And the guy goes, please name the people I've scammed, and not just one kid raging over lost mail. And at the same time I'm still like, okay, that's, a lot of people can make assumptions like that if one kid is crying like crazy. But then I go up to here and I see Cordero Vexicus Spencer. If you don't know who this is Vexicus4666 Facebook, and he is really big on YouTube. I think, yeah, he associates with Robbie Cole a lot, and he has a pretty big following. So seeing him post about it, I was already just wow, he posts someone, he's like, someone's scamming. That's not good if multiple people are saying it. So he is personally going to TopDeckingPro's Facebook, and acknowledging hey, a lot of people are saying you're scamming. That's not good if that's true, man. So that first was a screaming call, wow, maybe this actually is true, because someone with that high of a YouTube status is personally going to someone and acknowledging hey, a lot of people are saying you're a scammer. It's having a hard time not believing it now. And he goes, a kid's mail got lost. It's not my fault. I want someone else to come out saying it, that I scam people besides the same kid. Okay, well, I'm coming out saying it now, because personally I'm getting a little offended and annoyed that there aren't any videos about you on YouTube. And like I said, the main reason that a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, I've searched his name on YouTube. I don't see anything about him scamming. Well, the reason for that is because people are too afraid to make a video about him because he's got such a decent to high status on YouTube. But like I said, I don't care. If someone's scamming, I think people should be made aware. But then I go up to his other post, and he goes, he's basically giving a whole summary. He's like, one kid called me a scammer, but people don't see he's the scammer. Probably got mad at the fact of the ban list that Glow Up got banned. Tengu went to 2. Said he didn't receive to get more, and I didn't compensate him. He called me a scammer. Oh, well, I have to quit Yu-Gi-Oh, so it doesn't matter if people think I'm a scammer or not unless I decide to come back. So a summary of that is he's basically saying, a lot of people are saying I scammed this kid because his mail got lost, but really, he's the scammer. He probably said he didn't receive because the ban list got hit in the middle of our trade. So that's basically his Facebook, guys. A lot of people are going on there going like, hey, you know, a lot of people are saying you're a scammer, dude. Um, and another thing that I want to bring to attention before I started in like unraveling conversations is when I searched TopDeckingPro on YouTube, I found this, and it's a little I don't know where to find it with YouTube's new layout. Usually they have the name right there, but the name of this channel is TopDeckingDickface. And I made a video about this a little bit a while back just to like address this because I also found this a little suspicious. But basically it's this guy that took every single one of TopDeckingPro's videos and somehow put them on their channel, and basically just copied the whole channel except, you know, adjusted it. Like instead of saying I think his original title was Yu-Gi-Oh's #1 Duelist or something like that, but he made Yu-Gi-Oh's #1 Fag, and then it says, please unsubscribe to the #1 channel in New Jersey. It used to be like, please subscribe. And this guy doesn't look like he's active anymore, but it was basically just this giant troll account to because he was obviously mad at TopDeckingPro. So, you know, a lot of people make that. Now, this isn't like evidence or anything because I've had a kid make a channel like this about me before, and that doesn't mean I'm a scammer. It was just because actually that was the kid that was the scammer. But anyway, this was I just found this something worthwhile of putting in there. Someone's obviously really irritated about him. Then they make this whole channel about TopDeckingPro being a faggot or a scammer, whatever they want to call him. Okay, this is going to be a multiple-part video. I can already tell. Now I'm going to go to my Skype conversations, and this is Jeffrey Torres, and if you don't know who this is Soren1992EX on YouTube. And he's also, like I said, got a pretty big following. I think his is a lot bigger than TopDeckingPro's. I think he's got like 2,500 subscribers or something like that. And I haven't talked to him in a while. I think I had him blocked for a period of several months. But I unblocked him because I wanted to get his opinion on the conversation here. And I'm just going to show you what I said. So I get on this last night and I say, I have a question for you. And he goes, what? And I say, if you know that TopDeckingPro is a scammer, why do you do nothing about it? And he says, because he knows me in real life and I don't want drama. I don't want to get fucked up for no reason, sadly. So, right there is Soren1992X acknowledging, yes, I know TopDeckingPro is a scammer. I see him all the time. I know him in real life, and I know that he is a scammer. But he's not saying anything about it, and that makes me really mad. I'm like, you've got such a following that, all you have to do is make a video about it, and, he's done. Why do you do nothing about it? And I say, I'm like, do you happen to know, I wanted to get more information here, I'm like, do you happen to know people he scammed, like their YouTubes? And he says, Tenley on YouTube's thing, which is the YouTube community on Facebook, and I'll get to him. I said, link me, and that's that kid, and I'll get to him afterwards, so we'll go back to him. But he gave me one person that he said TopDeckingPro scammed, and I'm like, anyone else? And I said, I don't know. He says, I don't know who else, and I'm like, what do you mean when you say that you don't want to get fucked up for no reason? And he says, I probably would get fucked up in a fist fight. He's like, nigga is big. I wouldn't last more than 5 seconds. So basically he's saying that while he does know that TopDeckingPro is a scammer, and while he does believe that this is wrong, he doesn't want to say anything because TopDeckingPro knows where he lives, and he's afraid that he's going to come and beat him up. So I find that kind of strange, first of all. And I basically just reiterated that. I'm like, you're saying that if you told people a scammer, he'd beat you up? He's like, yeah, probably. And I'm like, that's the only reason you're not telling people, because you're afraid. And he's like, yeah. And then I made this big, oh crap. Wait, where did I go? Okay, yeah, I made this big, speech, like, you're letting tons of other people get scammed, kids for the most part have their hard-earned money because you're afraid that he'll beat you up. And he's like, he only scammed that guy for a tour guide, I haven't heard anything else, bro. He's like, I would hear people bugging me. He's like, I would hear more people bugging out and I'd tell him to stop. And I'm like, I know another person he scammed out of 2 tour guides from him, and when they were $160 each, and he was like 14 years old, and I'll get to that kid afterwards. His name is Pierre, or The Plague, on YouTube. But I'm like, he's like, oh yeah, that was a while back. So he's already acknowledging, like, oh yeah, there is one other person that he scammed. It's like a tour guide, and then this one kid with 2 tour guides. That's scamming out of 3 tour guides right there. That's outrageous, first of all, when they were $160 each. And he's like, and he knows. And then I basically just reiterated the whole story right here. I'm like, he claims that TopDeckingPro claims that he never received the tour guides, and the kid sees the tour guides in his binder next week, comments about it, and TopDeckingPro removes the comment. And then Sora's saying, you know, like, almost in his defense, not really in his defense, but just to share his side of the story, he's like, TopDeckingPro didn't do anything about it, and he says that he was trying to tell TopDeckingPro to send him back, but he didn't want to. And then I'm like, you know, what I have a hard time understanding is if you feel that way, why haven't you made a video about it to stop him? And he's like, because he knows where I live and everything. And I'm like, who cares? And he's like, at least I never scammed anyone. You know that because I've traded with you 4 times, which he has. You know, Sora 1992X is a trusted trader. As far as I've been able to see, I've traded with him I think 3 times would be a more accurate way. But yeah. So I'm talking to Sora, and I'm like, you know, and basically I'm saying, you know, like, while you haven't scammed anyone, you're really not being any better because you know someone that scammed and you're not doing anything about it. And he's like, at least I hope to get it back, but he doesn't want to. If he's like, if TopDeckingPro doesn't want to send it back, I can't force him to. And then I tried to call him to actually like record a thing in the call, but he says honestly it's not my issue. I did my best, and I'm not going to go out of my way just for something that happened in 2011. And I'm like, well, you know, like when I read that, I was thinking like, you know, well, I do understand what you're saying. You know, it's like it's long gone, but the thing is, if he scammed at least two, I have 3 people now. I have 2 people that he scammed. People telling me, like I have the people that he scammed telling me that they scammed him. And I'm like, okay, 2 is way too many. Like really, someone needs to make a video about it. And the next was just unrelated stuff that didn't have anything to do with that. It was just me talking about like the first Okage quitting Yu-Gi-Oh. So that was Sora 1992X, admitting that he knows that TopDeckingPro is a scammer, but he's not going to do anything. And then we go up to Pierre, I believe, which I think he just got online. Yeah. Now, this is a guy named the Plague on YouTube. The G is with a 6, the PLA6UE, and when he got on, I remembered. I was like, oh, that's right. He kept, you know, crying about getting scammed by TopDeckingPro, and I messaged him like, did you get scammed by TopDeckingPro? And he's like, yeah. And I said, when and what did you get scammed out of? He said, 2 tour guides on September 2011. So, you know, the fact that he knows the dates, or not, well, not dates, but he knows the general time, he's obviously, you know, it's a little easier to believe when they know, like, yeah, I know this, you know, I was so bad, like, I know that exact month that happened. And I'm like, how do you know he's scammed? Did he tell you or what? And he says, I sent him 2 tour guides. 1 week later, he says he didn't get it, and then I watched his vid, and he has them in his binder. I commented they were mine and to send me my shit, and he deletes the comment. So this is the kid that I was talking to Sora about, you know, regarding the whole story. But this is the kid telling me himself. And I said, did you do anything about it afterwards? He says he kept saying that he never got it, and I just gave up. And I said, why did you not make a video about it? And he said, because he was flagging my vids and shit. Which, you know, honestly, I'm going to expect that he would also flag this vid, so just for a little heads up on that. And he said he wouldn't send me anything no matter what. And I'm like, so you made a video about it, but he kept flagging it. And he said, yeah, so Pierre took it down. And I said, how much were tour guides back then? $160 each, which that really doesn't matter. I just wanted to, you know, if they were like $2 each, you know, it'd still be horrible. But I wanted to get the information. I said, would you happen to know anyone else that he scammed? And he says, no. And I'm like, what's your YouTube, The Plague 6? And he says, yeah. So that's basically the end of that. This was a kid that he scammed out of 2 tour guides. And now, if you recall with the Jeffrey Torres conversation, I asked him if he knew anyone else that TopDeckingPro scammed, and he said yeah, and he gave me the link. And on Facebook, this is the kid, his name is Tenley, and he's part of the YouTube community. And once Sora gave me the link, I basically went to this kid and asked him, excuse me, I said, were you scammed by TopDeckingPro? If so, please tell me everything about it. And he says, yes, he sent me he said he sent the trades, but it was lost, which was obviously a lie. And he said, long story short, he scammed me out of a tour guide. Yeah, honestly, when I messaged this guy, I wanted the long story, but he obviously gave me a shortened down version of it. If you guys want, you can leave a comment, and what I'll do is I'll talk to this guy, and I'll make like a separate video all about his stories, like all about the big long story instead of the shortened down version. But basically, this is another guy that TopDeckingPro scammed out of 1 tour guide. So you know, when you ended up with Pierre, he scammed out of 3 tour guides when they were $160 each. You know, that's a lot and a lot of money. That's like $480. So I think, if I'm good at math. So that was that, Ken. And then the other thing that was it's really just one more thing that I wanted to address. was that I went on to my friend, Cards Games, and he's a pretty decent YouTuber, and I said, he's one of my good friends, and I said, you said TopDeckingPro was a scammer, right? And he's like, yeah, but I have no proof. And I was like, what, no proof? Because Alex is 13 and likes to misspell things on purpose, which makes me mad. But, no proof, and I'm like, how did you find out he was a scammer again? And he's like, a lot of people told me, but I don't have proof. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Do you know anyone else that told you other than Pierre and Sora? And he's like, it was just those two. I don't have anyone else that told me. And he's like, don't tell people that Sora told me, blah, 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 which I really don't think that matters that much because Sora tells a lot of people. You know, he just told me off out of random when I asked him that question. But, I don't really, yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to say in this video, or every, like, information thing I wanted to share. If, I guess in conclusion, you know, like I said, I'm gonna go to his channel again, TopDeckingPro, he has scammed people. He's scammed 2 people that I know of so far, and there might be several more that come to me when I make this video. But he scammed 2 people, 1 out of 2 tour guides, and 1 out of 1 tour guide. That's a place of tour guides that he scammed out of when they were $160 each, meaning that he stole $580 worth of $480 worth of stuff. Sorry, which is frankly just outrageous, in my opinion. And I wanted to make this video because I don't care if someone has 5 subscribers or 1,500 or whatever subscribers. If you're scamming out of, well, if you're scamming out of anything, it's bad. But if you're scamming out of that much, people out of that much money, it's honestly horrible. And people need to make a video about it. And you know, I've showed you guys everything. I've showed you his Facebook, you know, Vexigus4666, acknowledging, like, you know, I've heard a lot of things, man. You kind of need to stop the scamming. I've showed you Sora. I think he's got like 2,500 subscribers. Admitting that he knows TopDeckingPro is a scammer, but he doesn't want to do anything about it. I showed you the 2 people that TopDeckingPro scammed, telling me the stories, and I've showed you my friends, you know, telling me that they've heard it too. So I can't really think of much more information to show you guys that can convince you that this guy is a problem, and that honestly, I'm honestly proud to make the first video about this. Because I feel as though I've done my research and have put enough information into this video to make it decent. So I do hope that you guys like this and favorite this and comment all your opinions about it, because I'm only doing this for you guys. I don't want people to get scammed out of this. I don't want this guy to scam people, because scamming is not good. Scamming is horrible. Honestly, it makes a lot of people quit. Like, once people get scammed, a lot of people like quit right away. They're just like, oh, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I just got half my stuff stolen. So I'm doing this for the good of YouTube and the community, and I don't want you guys to get scammed by this guy who, he may look like he's a big YouTuber, but you know, scamming is scamming. Nothing more I can say. So try and get this video around, guys. Like it, favorite it, comment about it. I want to hear your opinions. Message me. I don't care, you know. And thanks for watching, guys.